And my question to you guys is just, if I'm born into a society such as the one that you propose, what percentage of myself do I not own, and why do you have the right to make that decision for me?
Okay, thank you. Can you repeat that, please?
You don't need to.
He said he didn't need to. Okay, can you just answer it then, please?
Yeah, I think he said, what percentage for us socialists, what percentage of ourselves don't we own?
Is that it, Brian, basically?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah and why does one person have the right to decide that for anyone beside themselves?
For us, we don't just think in terms of ownership. That's part of the difficulty. That a world in which life is determined by ownership alone is a very dangerous place. Because ownership can also not be a matter of your individual abilities and skills. You're born to a rich mommy or daddy. That's also ownership, and you inherit. That gives you an advantage over people. So that whole notion of ownership as being the sole criterion of what a good society is, I'm sorry, we reject.
I didn't say it was good, I said it was a just society.
No, I'm just talking to you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Who's got a question?
Okay.
We're gonna, yes, very quickly, please. We're going to try to get more questions in, and we're running out of time.
In fact, in response to this,
Yes,
it also
please,
depends on the previous gentleman's question. To some extent, the concept of ownership.
Use the word freedom instead if you'd like.
Freedom.
I believe
all these kinds.
Yeah. I have no obligation to you when I'm bored.
Yeah.
So
No, that's fine.
That's fine.
All these things are you assume precede the notion of society, and I think many of us would say that ownership, freedom, property, all those things are to some extent social constructs. They exist within a society. In other words, a wolf in the wild, what percentage of that does that wolf own of himself? Does that wolf own property? It doesn't make sense because all those concepts are themselves concepts that exist within a community and a society. And so, and I think that's what this fellow, and he was saying that, and I agree with that. So to me, the question, the way you're phrasing it, presupposes these pre-societal, things which come first, and then from that, follows social society, taxes, whatever. And it's hard to answer the question because our whole notion of the way these concepts are created, enforced, for example, start from different premises.
Okay, thank you.